Happiness. That's the word most people have lost track about. In most of my consultations, friends, people talk about money, career, relationship, foreign travel, and stuff like that. But very few ask me a direct question that how happy am I going to be in my life? I mean, do I have happiness in my chart? So when they're asking me that question, they are not asking in a larger spiritual context, okay, where you are talking about that eternal happiness or the spiritual bliss. Okay, people are asking in very simple manner that in the context of the jivatma experience, that means when the person is not talking about the higher universal self but the individual self. So within that limited earthly context, how much potential the chart has to be happy. So that's what we will look at today. And I'll give you 3 simple, quick techniques. I don't like to sound very, cheeky about these things, but yes, these are very quick ways to find out the happiness potential in the chart. Okay, starting with the first one, something I spoke in my last video about, but today I will not speak about those things because I don't want to be redundant in my interactions with you. The first thing you must look at is the ascendant lord, the Lagna lord, its strength in the chart. That gives you the capability to fight out the obstacles and the hardships in life and to emerge happy. That is important. But more important is how easy or difficult the circumstances in the life are. So it's very easy. The rising Navamsa, that means in the D9 chart, the word I don't like to use, D9 chart, but yes, that's a very common word people understand. In any software you have a D9 chart. So what is the ascendant in that chart? D9. So let's say in D9 you have Cancer here in the first house. So Moon is the Lord. So Moon is the Navamsa rising Lord. So you have to see the strength of Moon in the D1 chart. And if there is a benefic aspect or conjunction with Moon, the happiness potential is there. In the sense, the circumstances will be less trying. They will be, much easier comparatively. That doesn't mean that the problems in life will not be there. It means that the circumstances in the overall context of the life, okay, you take the average of the entire life, right? When you talk of these things, the happiness potential is easier, is easier to achieve. The circumstances will be easier. The strength of the Lagna Lord shows how good you are in tackling those obstacles and hardships in life. And then the X factor here is the Navamsa occupied by the ascendant lord of D1. So if your Rashi lord of Lagna is, let's say, Mars. So in D9 you see which sign Mars is placed. The Varga of Mars, the Navamsa Varga of Mars. Let's say Mars is placed in Gemini in D9. Mars as your Lagna Lord of D1 has gone to Gemini in D9. So who is the Navamsa Lord of the Lagna Lord? That will be Mercury. So the strength of Mercury in the D1 chart is very important. So these 3 factors you must see out of the box. They give you a very good idea of the circumstances the person is likely to encounter, how well equipped the person is, and how easy or difficult the circumstances will make it for him to be happy. So these are very easy quick fix techniques to see the overall happiness potential, okay, for the entire life. So this is technique number 1. Technique number 2 is the most important thing. It's part of the fundamental, but no one talks about it. Very few. I mean, I have not seen, but I'll be very surprised if hardly a couple of videos I find on something called Pranpada. Okay. Pranapad. Pranapad is, obviously the word has the word prana, so it has got something to do with the prana, means the prana vayu, the breathing, because if we are breathing, we are alive. Prana means, it is the life force. It has direct connection with the life force. Now the word prana has two meanings. One as a unit of measurement of time. Okay, so Vedic time. Right? I mean, there are 6 pranas in one pala, means second. Okay, that is the meaning of prana in the context of time measurement. But this is not exactly that. Prana is also the complete time consumed in one breathing cycle, the inhaling, the exhaling, which is the most important thing that defines life. What do you think the people are doing when they are doing pranayama? They are trying to balance the breathing. It has got everything to do with the quality of life, okay, the longevity of life, and so on, including mental and physical health. So it's not just for physical, okay? Mental, physical, spiritual, all kind of happiness. The breathing is the most important thing. Okay, read the Yoga Shastra along with Sankhya. You will see the theory behind it. It's big theory. I don't want to eat up the time in this video in explaining the prana in that context, but please understand that the stability of the prana, that means the breathing cycle, is the most important thing for a happy, healthy, long life. Okay, fulfilling long life. So what do you do about it? I mean, how do you see in the chart? 15 seconds is 15 pala or seconds is the complete breathing cycle in a happy state of mind. If you are not happy, your breathing is different. You are nervous, your breathing is different. You are in rage, anger, scared, outraged, enraged, whatever. I mean, your breathing is the first thing that changes. When you are fighting, breathing changes. Right? So as in chemistry, we used to say standard temperature pressure in our school, right? STP. Okay. So in a standard happy state of mind, 15 seconds is one prana. So there is a calculation of the prana, just like ascendant degree you have somewhere in the sky when you are born. So at that time, taking how much of time elapsed from the sunrise, that's called Ishtakal, measured in Gatika or Nadi or Danda as is called in North and South India. That is a unit of time. Okay, so how much of time has elapsed, since there's a calculation. You don't have to do this. I'm just explaining it so that you understand it. Okay, the softwares, any good software will have Pranpada. Just like ascendant, degree, right? The Lagna, you have Pranapada as well. All major softwares, they show the Pranapada. Some softwares like to write Pranapada Lagana, but it is not exactly a Lagana. But it is connected with happiness because it's connected with the breathing of the person, the life force. Okay, so there is a mathematical calculation where you convert the time elapsed since sunrise at the time of birth, called Ishtakal, right? You convert that into Vigatis, that is seconds. You divide by 15, and you add that to the longitude of sun, okay, and then you take some steps based on the sign where the nature of sign where sun is present, whether it is movable, fixed or dual. So that's the technical part, so I don't want to spend much time on that. You do get a point in the sky, you do get a rashi, degree, minutes and second. That is the Pranapad. Now the thing about happiness is, we are concerning with happiness, that Pranapad which you have in your horoscope, which all the softwares will show you, it should ideally fall in second house, fourth house, fifth house, or ninth house, 10th house, or 11th house. So these 6 houses the Pranapad should fall. If it falls in these 6 houses, it means that the person has got the good humanly qualities of that house. Let's say in second house. So this person is very good about taking care of people who are his subordinates at work, his kutumba, right? He is well mannered, good speech. Fourth house, he is respecting of mother and other women of motherly age, and generally womanhood at large. He's he takes care of women, respects them. Then he has overall good happiness. Okay, he Pranapad is giving him that, the placement of Pranapad. Similarly, fifth house has its own usage. 9th, 10th, 11th. So these are the good. So the whole thing is that the happiness potential of this person, by virtue of having a favorable Pranapad, is high. Now this is not mentioned in all the what I call factory version of Brihat Prashar Horashastra. It's there in some rare versions of BPHS, one of which is in Tarachand Shastri's BPHS version, Brihat Prashar Horashastra. The consequences of Pranapad are mentioned. Okay, so this is an important factor for happiness in life. Okay, these all count. All these 3 techniques that I am talking about today, the third one I'll just tell in couple of minutes. So they all count. They all count in their own ways. So all these gaps in the chart, they all are indicative of the basic remedy the person needs eventually. That is the whole purpose of Jyotish, to find out the good direction in life. That's what remedy should be, not just to have immediate material gains. Those are byproducts, they automatically follow if you fix the larger problem in life. Okay, so Pranapad is the most important thing as far as the happiness potential is concerned. In fact, Pranapad actually defines the human happiness factors. Okay, this prana we are talking about, whether it is about a human or a pashu means animal, or a bird, or a keet means insect. So these things are there in our classics, and Pranapad is very useful tool for birth time rectification as well. It has multiple applications. I don't know why people undervalue Pranapad. Most of the books that I have read, the English books of all the top authors, very few talk about Pranapad. Very few. I can count them on fingers. It's very sad. It's very sad. So Pranapad is very important technique. It's not technique, it's just a requirement. Okay. So if let's say Pranapad falls in third house, which is unfavorable, the person will be very quarrelsome. Okay. Will not be respective of the guru's words and stuff like that. Okay. I mean, at the intention level, the person will have a problem. So if Pranapad falls at other houses than the ones I mentioned in auspicious houses, that means any houses other than 2, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11. In any of the houses other than these houses, if Pranapad falls, so it gives the negative human qualities of the house the Pranapad has gone to. Okay. So you need to fix at a human level those problems, and the root cause of those problems are in the way the person will breathe. That is where he will inhale the problems. The problem will be in his breathing cycle. That is why pranayama is such an important tool given at the hands of us humans through our Vedic Shastras to fix the basic problems in our life, which lies in the breathing. Okay? The rate of breathing is the most important thing that defines the longevity. Okay? Third technique which I wanted to speak about today is a very simple technique of Asktakavarga. I won't waste a lot of time here on Asktakavarga. Those whom you know, they know what I'm talking about. If you don't know Asktakavarga, refer to any of the major classics or the English books. Most of the good English books written by people like B.V. Raman, etc. They have a definition of Asktakavarga. It's very common thing in astrology. So it's about the number of benefic numerical measurement that every planet gives to every other planet, including the placement of Lagna. So there are 8 points from where every planet and or the ascendant is receiving good benefic points. Okay, that's Asktakavarga in a nutshell. So the technique is very simple. Open the moon's bhinnashtakavarga. That means in moon's Asktakavarga, where you have numbers written like 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8. Okay, from 0 to 8, logically you will have the numbers written there. Mostly numbers will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, maybe 8. So these are the numbers in moon's Asktakavarga. In D1 chart, check the sign where moon is placed. Let's say moon is placed in Gemini. Okay, so in moon's bhinnashtakavarga, just check what is the benefic dots or or Asktakavarga points in the sign where moon is placed. That means Gemini. So in moon's Asktakavarga, just see the benefic points in Gemini. If it is more than 4, at least 4 is okay, more than 4 is good, less than 4 is a challenge. So these are the brakes on happiness. The strength of the Navamsa lords of the ascendant degree as well as ascendant lord, along with the strength of ascendant lord. Okay, those 3 planets, the ascendant lord itself, the rising ascendant lords, and the Navamsa occupied by the ascendant lord. The strength of those 3 planets have respective roles, which I explained at the beginning. In the D1 chart, you have to see the roles, the strength. Okay. Then the Pranpada, one of the most important and defining things in living life. And third is your ability to be happy. That's moon. The happiness gets delivered to Manaha. That means through the emotional mind, through moon. So these are the 3 techniques that I wanted to give you in this video today. Out of the box, you have a good idea of the happiness potential in the chart. Don't forget to see the other general rules thereafter in astrology, that you need the benefics in 5th and 9th houses. The benefics in the Kendra houses 1, 4, 7, 10. They also help. Okay, the benefics there, they help in the happiness. But these are the defining factors. The 3 techniques that I gave. So with that, I will end this video, and I would love to listen to your comments and reply to them. Thank you for watching.